Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished platform guests, please join me in welcoming Junior Class Marshals Alex Portella and Gabriella Sabati as they lead our seniors to the opening of the 2017 commencement ceremony. I ask that you please remain standing as the senior members of the concert choir, under the direction of Mrs. Susan Moyle, join the chorus to sing our Star Spangled Banner.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing as I invite Senior Class Vice President Sam Laidman to the stage to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Make it a great day, Bulldogs.
It gives me great pleasure to ask the members of the Bedford High School Concert Choir to perform their final selection. It is called On My Way Back Home.
I may wander far and wide with the stars my only guide, but I will find my way back home. I may leave and I may grow, but no the dark of the night, and I'll be home by morning light. We will never be apart. I will hold you in my heart. I will find my way back home. I may wander far and wide with the stars my only guide, but I will find my way back home, back home. I may leave and I may grow, but no matter where I go, I will find my way back home. I may leave and I may grow, but no matter where I go, I will find my way back home.
We sing that song each year as a tradition, as a reminder to our seniors that no matter where they go after this day, that here in the Bedford community, and in particular at Bedford High School, they always have a home. It's just a nice reminder for them all on this wonderful day. My name is Bill Hagan, and I have the privilege of standing here today to represent the Bedford School District as we celebrate the successful conclusion of the high school journey of these outstanding young women and men. Seniors, as you reflect upon your 4 years at Bedford High School, take the opportunity to embrace and commit to memory your own personal high school stories and experiences, and enjoy the satisfaction of this day. These experiences have played a big part in shaping you. These experiences shaping you, our school, and of course, in defining what it means to be a Bulldog. To open this morning's ceremony, I would like to introduce our distinguished platform guests. Joining us for the ceremony this morning are members of the Bedford School Board, Board Assistant Chair, Mrs. Cindy Shagnon, Board Member, Mr. William Foote, and Board Member, Mrs. Jen DeAngelis. Also joining us, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Chip McGee, Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Michael Jetty, Associate Principal, Mr. Bob Jazokis, and Assistant Principal, Mrs. Rebecca Noe. Thank you all. Our school district has a reputation of being among the best in New Hampshire. We have achieved this distinction because each member of our school board understands what it takes to provide a quality educational experience for our young people. On behalf of the graduating class, I extend a sincere thank you for your commitment to the students of Bedford High School. Thank you, members of the board. Before me this morning, there are 350 young women and men who have met the standards for graduation for Bedford High School. I'd like to take a moment to recognize parents, guardians, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and all those influential family members here this morning. It is evident that you have successfully met the awesome responsibility of parenting, nurturing, mentoring, and supporting these bright young people. In doing so, you have contributed your best to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. Having raised 3 daughters myself, with my wife, of course, that would have been tough by myself, I know all too well, not every moment was easy or joyful. However, you stayed the course, and our world will be a better place because of the success of your efforts. Seniors, your educational journey has provided you the opportunity to experience all that Bedford High School, the Bedford school system has to offer. The Bedford School District has been able to attract the best teachers and staff, and they have shared their substantial knowledge and skill with you. But beyond the requirements of the classroom, they have also made personal investment and commitment to each of you. And in 20 years, you may not remember a date in history or a mathematical formula. You will, however, remember the teachers and support people who influenced the direction of your life. Find some time today, seniors, to say thank you to those people and share your sense of accomplishment with them. This is in no small part their celebration, too. To the graduating class of 2017, I congratulate each of you for achieving the requirements and competencies for graduation from Bedford High School. I applaud your perseverance and determination, which are among the qualities necessary to meet these standards. When you entered Bedford High School, I asked you to think about what legacy, as a class, you would want to leave upon graduating. I thank you for your leadership and your contribution to the culture we have at Bedford High School. I can assure you the journey ahead will be challenging and exciting, and occasionally heartbreaking. While no one can be sure of the outcome of that journey, as each of you make your way, remember the measure of what constitutes success in life will be unique for each of you. Whatever path you choose, whatever choices you make, remember there is no one standard for success by which you will be measured. Your success will be measured by the way you live your life and in the decisions that affect those around you. Remain open to new learning and strive each day to do better than the day before. Remember, you may never know when your individual actions might have an impact on the people around you or even the world. Some of you may be sitting there thinking, sure, how could I possibly influence the world? As evidence that this is possible, I offer just a few examples of the thousands of everyday people who, from their position as ordinary citizens, made a change in the world. Candy Lightner, a mother who lost her daughter to a drunk driving accident, turned her own grief into a personal call to action. She founded an organization called Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and it met in her home. She succeeded at pressing for stricter, life-saving laws that change the way we think about drunk driving here in America. Ryan White, a teen from Indiana, a hemophiliac who contracted AIDS through a blood transfusion, saw beyond his own struggle with severe illness to fight successfully for fair treatment for all of those afflicted by HIV. Someone we all know from our study in history, Rosa Parks, a young black woman who boarded a bus she rode every day, took a seat in a section reserved for whites only. When she refused the driver's order to move to the back of the bus, she was arrested for civil disobedience. Her small, brave decision and the Montgomery bus boycott which followed are recognized as the pivotal moments in the civil rights movement. These stories are but a sampling of the countless unknown and frequently unrecognized people who, by their actions and deeds, work to make the world a better place for all of us. The times we live in are filled with limitless possibilities and amazing diversity of people and culture. Generations of hardworking individuals before you have persisted and made progress toward fostering important values like respecting people who are different, protecting different cultures, and preserving our environment. Yet, much remains to be done. Now, as the next generation, you will step up and begin to assume the responsibility of influencing our future. What contributions will you individually and collectively make toward improving our world? What will the legacy of your generation be, and how will you, as a graduate from Bedford High School, do your part to influence that legacy? As Bedford High School graduates, you have been blessed to have experienced a high-quality education, supportive families, and unique life experiences. I challenge each of you to draw upon all that you have learned, to listen carefully, to search for differing points of view, and to seek to understand those different from you. I challenge you to be true and responsible stewards of our environment for each other and for future generations. I challenge you to be responsible and respectful leaders with the capacity to bring our diverse world together. Keep in your heart the knowledge that your actions, no matter how small, can have a profound influence. I am confident that the 2017 graduates from Bedford High School are well prepared to influence the legacy of their generation and, as a result, have a positive impact on our world. On behalf of the entire Bedford school community, I want to say thank you. Thank you for the manner in which you have conducted yourselves, for the examples that you have set, for the challenging questions you have asked. Thank you for the friendships made. Thank you for a positive imprint that you have left in our school. And thank you for the exciting and important memories with which you leave us today. Good luck, class of 2017. Each year, an individual from the senior class who, through their actions, has lived the mission of Bedford High School is recognized with the Leadership Award. The senior class, along with school administration, came to the same conclusion regarding this year's recipient. This year's Leadership Award goes to a senior who, through his years at Bedford High School, lived the school mission. This recognition goes to a young man who is intellectually curious, views learning with a passion, who pushes his comfortable limits, who acts with integrity. He's respected by his peers and the staff, and he is one who takes responsibility for himself. The recipient of the Leadership Award is recognized as a student who challenged himself academically as an IB diploma candidate, earning an impressive 4.39 grade point average. He's a varsity baseball player, an avid skier, and a senator in our school's community senate. It gives me great pleasure to introduce an impressive young man as this year's Leadership Award winner to address the senior class. Please welcome Connor Zenzian.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hagan. Good morning, class of 2017, faculty, friends, family. I'm extremely honored to be able to speak to you all on such a momentous day. So now, as I was first sitting down to write this speech, I found myself stuck. I wanted a unique idea that would be memorable, but also meaningful. So as I struggled to find the perfect piece of inspiration, I quickly realized that the best place to go for inspiration would be all of you. I decided that the best way to create a speech that connected all of us together would be to use as many of your senior quotes as I could. As I flipped through my yearbook, there were a few that made me laugh. For example, a declaration that the earth is flat, or reading the transcript of Caleb's interception from junior year. But there are even more that gave me all I could ever need to talk about in a graduation speech. So please, as I go through this, keep in mind that all the quotes I reference are directly out of the yearbook. First off, I want to congratulate all the graduates with a quote from Teddy Roosevelt, who said, "Nothing worth having is easy." And that applies to the diplomas that you will all soon be holding. That diploma took 4 years of hard work and lots of time to accomplish. I truly hope that all of the stress and late nights of studying seem worth it as we get to walk across the stage and receive those papers next to me. We should all be overwhelmingly proud of how far we have all come. Dr. Seuss stated, "Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory." I know right now that most of you are probably relieved that high school is over, perhaps even ecstatic. But I hope you can take 1 minute today, or maybe tomorrow, or even sometime during the summer, to sit down and think about all the good memories this school and this time has provided you with. I know I will be thinking about advisory breakfasts, eating cookies in the dog pound, or the feeling of finishing finals. This time in our lives is one of the few chances that we get to wake up and know we will see our oldest and best friends every day. We are lucky enough to attend a school and live in a community that provided us with countless opportunities to grow, but also to remain children. As Walt Disney so eloquently proclaimed, growing old is mandatory, but growing up is optional. I don't think this quote could be better represented than when we all got to walk through the halls of our respective elementary schools. Even if you did not attend an elementary school in Bedford, the energy that those kids poured out to us was infectious. The high fives and clapping were something that I will never forget. If we attack the next years of our lives with the same energy and passion, we will be unable to fail. So just as I asked you to think of all the good times high school has provided you, I ask you to remember all of the good times elementary school and your childhood has provided you, like getting to enjoy recess every day, or how Riddlebrook would always set up an obstacle course for Halloween. How stress didn't exist, and your only responsibility was making sure your family knew about the ice cream truck in your neighborhood. I'm sure lots of you are sitting near friends you've known since these earliest memories. The great philosopher Patrick Starr is quoted as saying, "Knowledge can never replace friendship. I prefer to be an idiot." Of course, Bedford High School's main goal was to educate us and prepare us for the next chapter of our lives. But the thing that I may be most thankful for is the amount of close friends that I have made, and that I hope you have all made too. I know for a fact that I've been able to meet and get to know so many people and so many interesting individuals that I will have the honor of maintaining lifelong friendships with. And I am forever grateful to BHS for that. And although we will all have friendships that may unfortunately come to a close, it's important to remember something Maya Angelou noted. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. I think the student community of Bedford takes this to heart more than any other community I've been a part of. Countless times I have witnessed students going out of their way to make others feel better or to improve their day in the simplest of ways. I know that we've all had moments where we complained, gossiped, or frustrated at Bedford, but I think we take for granted just how truly amazing this community is. At BHS, we touch each other's lives simply by existing. J.K. Rowling. This is my favorite quote that I was able to add in here because the student community exists simply because of all of the people that you are. It does not take extra effort on your part or being anyone other than yourselves to touch each and everybody's lives in a positive way. Without each and every one of you, our community would not be what it is. I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to experience that over the past 4 years. Not only has the student community been phenomenal, this speech would not be complete if I did not take a second to thank all of the adults that have helped to make the past 4 years all they have been. Nelson Mandela once said, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made on the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead." There are so many adults that I've had the pleasure of interacting with throughout my high school career that have impacted me in a way that has made me a better person. From the administration to the teachers to the custodial staff, this school would not be what it is without them. One person that has always brought to my mind is Miss LeClaire, who runs the Bulldog Express line during lunch. Every time I would order a piece of pizza or order a Powerade, she would greet me with a smile, and every single time it would brighten my day. It's people like her that have allowed the past 4 years to be absolutely phenomenal. So, as great as the past 4 years have been, it is important that we look to the next 4 and beyond. When thinking of high school, do as Dr. Seuss suggests. Don't cry because it is over, smile because it happened. I hope you will all miss high school as much as I'm going to, but I know that I'm also infinitely excited for what the world has to offer. But I'm also scared for the real world, and I'm sure most of you are too. But please, never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Babe Ruth. BHS have provided us with more than a solid foundation of everything that we need for our future. Now it is up to us to take advantage of everything that we've been given. Vince Lombardi has a quote that states, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." This class has been provided with everything we need to make the world a better place. The combination of the people and our shared experience give me hope that our impact on the future can be overwhelmingly positive. As much as I would love to be able to predict the future, Peter Drucker, who I have honestly never heard of, reminds us that the best way to predict the future is to create it. I look forward to being impressed by what we all accomplish, and I can't wait to see where we all end up. My final Dr. Seuss quote reads, "You're off to great places, today is your day, your mountain is waiting, so get on your way." I hope today marks a beautiful beginning to the rest of your life. Finally, I want to sincerely thank the class of 2017 for not only the inspiration for this speech, but also for making the past 4 years absolutely amazing. I wouldn't be standing up here today if it wasn't for all of you, and I wouldn't be the person who I am today if it wasn't for all of you. I hope that by me using your senior quotes, I was able to bring this experience full circle. Now, I would like to leave you with 2 final quotes, one from Senora Leiden and one from Ronald Reagan. First, you're going to be great because you're already great. And finally, Life is one grand, sweet song, so start the music. Thank you.
Well done, Connor. Well done. I would like to ask the senior members of the Bedford High School Band to join their bandmates and conductor Ms. Kelsey Rianzo for the last time. And for everyone else to enjoy You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins. And seniors, don't forget you have water under your seats. You should take some. As the band members come back to their seats, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank the Bedford Police Department and Fire Department, first responders for being here today. If anybody is in need of any assistance, you'll be able to find them right up at the back of the top of the stands. But thank you all, for gentlemen and ladies, for being here today to help us out. The honor of giving the class address goes each year to the senior class president. In my tenure here, I have had the privilege of introducing these outstanding young leaders. This morning is no exception. This year's senior class president is a genuine person, a young man of integrity and character. He is kind, calm, creative, and humble. As one of his teachers wrote, he is simply a good person. The senior class president is accomplished both in and outside of the classroom. He is a young man who challenged himself in many of our most rigorous courses and who is a highly successful businessman. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Senior Class President John Moran to deliver the class address.
Hi. Throughout this whole year, for whatever reason, a lot of people have been putting a lot of pressure on me to write this speech. A handful of people want it to be really good, want it to be inspiring, heartwarming, uplifting, intelligent. Another handful of people just want it to be funny and over quickly, like most of my relationships. Sorry. This speech represents my best effort to combine the two to make everyone happy. So, here it is. I hope you like it. It's called The Search for Happiness, Love, and Compassion. So strap in, close your eyes, and listen, I guess. It's funny how things have changed. Obama turned into Trump. Flanagan turned into Lubomir. Lubomir turned into me. Obviously not, like, literally turned, but yeah, okay. The one thing I've learned about high school over these years, in general, not specifically at Bedford High School, is that high school really is where dreams die. Just kidding, kind of. But what did you want to be when you were a kid? The question's for everyone. Graduates, parents, grandparents, teachers. What did you want to be when you were a kid? An astronaut, a professional sports player, a singer, the president? An even better question. Why'd you give up already? Or did you give up? Is there still time, or are your dreams long gone? I feel like high school is a common place for people to give up on their dreams and pursue safer alternatives, often sacrificing the purity of happiness for an extra zero on their paycheck. Trust me, the uplifting part is coming. While we may not have an Aristotle or a Socrates around to give us advice and answers nowadays, we have the next best thing: rappers. You know them, I know them. We have Eminem, Drake, J. Cole, Sam Lademan. Anyways, as Kendrick Lamar once said in an ode to Tupac, it was always me versus the world until I found it was me versus me. I actually find this to be true in a lot of ways. In high school, a lot of obstacles get thrown at you, sometimes literally. Math homework, science tests, for me, gym class. But what I found is that my success in school was never dictated by those obstacles. It was never me versus the homework. It was always me versus myself. I stood in my own way. I stopped myself from being the most successful person I could be, and I'm sure some of you can relate. Like many of you, I have dreams. I want to make the most of my life, and I want to be happy. I want to do my work and get good grades and land some fancy job one day, but I also want to be happy. So how do we become happy? For this investigation, using the main skills I've acquired here at Bedford High School, I decided to go straight to the internet for answers. The first article I came across said that to be happy, you should not start with profundities. I quickly left that page as the vocabulary level was clearly too advanced for my simple mind. The next page I went to said to, quote, fake it until you feel it. At this point, I realized that this was all garbage advice, and I clearly was not going to find a simple answer from the internet. So I tried to think of some things that make me happy. Nothing came to mind. So I moved on, aiming to get back on my search for happiness, love, and compassion. I now cite my yearbook quote, a quote by the late John Lennon. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down, happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment, and I told them they didn't understand life. I like that quote. So I ask you this. Are you happy? What did you do yesterday that's helping you move toward your goals, your dreams, your happiness. How are you going to spend your free time tomorrow, and why? Now, obviously, I'm making this sound way easier than it really is. When we're kids, we don't know any better. We don't know that to become an astronaut, you need to pass chemistry class. We don't know that to become a professional sports athlete, you need to be able to dedicate the entirety of your life to that sport, sacrificing things like family and free time. We don't know that to become the president, you have to be a reality TV star first. There's no manual for these things. So yeah, we dream big, and it's not always attainable. But maybe that's not the point. When we're kids, we think of things huge and grand because we think doing these things will make us happy. But I don't need to be a Major League Baseball player to be happy. I don't even need to know what I want to be when I grow up. Maybe I'll be a businessman or a film director or a Minecraft YouTuber. Hopefully, not that last one. I don't know, it's not important. What is important is this. Find the time for the people that make you happy and the people you love. But even more important than that, find time for yourself. Find what makes you happy. Find who makes you happy. It doesn't have to be an impossible dream. It can be finally asking that one girl or guy to go get ice cream. It can be spending time alone taking pictures of nature. It can be watching movies. It can be a simple beach day. It can be cracking open a cold one with the boys. It's not the same for anyone. So I'll leave you with this. When you find what makes you happy, stay happy. If you're an artist, stay creative. If you're an athlete, stay active. If you're a childish Gambino, stay woke. If you're me, stay sexy. But most importantly, as the class of 2017 Bulldogs get sent off to every corner of the planet, even though the planet's technically a sphere, so there's no corners. But anyways, never forget to stay you and stay happy. It was an absolute honor, pleasure, and privilege to serve as your class president. Don't forget to tell your parents you love them, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you.
Well done, John. That's some really good stuff from two outstanding young men. Thank you. Okay, Thursday night, this past Thursday night, we had our senior award ceremony. We had representatives from 25 different community organizations that were here to present scholarships to members of the graduating class. The local awards this year totaled $58,300 that were awarded to our students. This is just an example, another example of this is just another example among many of how this community values and supports the children and these young adults. On behalf of our senior class, I want to thank our community for your continued generous support of our students. I also want to take a moment just to let everybody know and to thank you that this is year 10 for Bedford High School. And in over the 10 years, we've come a long way. We're pleased with where we are. We know we have continued work to do, but from the graduating class, from the students at Bedford High School, we just want to say thank you to the community for the support that you give us in this fine institution, because we couldn't have such wonderful graduating classes as this without your support. So thank you very much, Bedford community. And if you didn't make it to the Bulldog Music Fest, you really missed something big. At this time, I'd like to ask the following seniors to rise: Nick Corkery, Zach Edwards, Brandon Dillon, Jeremy Crawford, Andrew Donegan, Jacob Gleason, Mackenzie Kearns, Michaela Kinney, Phoebe Romano, Grant Mangan, and Nick Marable. Each year, a number of our seniors choose to serve our country through their military service. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to join me in extending a heartfelt gratitude for their commitment to serving our nation. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And wherever you go, be safe. At this time, I'd like to invite Superintendent Chip McGee for the presentation of the class of 2017.
It is my honor to serve as the superintendent of schools in the Bedford School District. I feel that I have the privilege of serving, marching in front of this parade of the finest school district in the state of New Hampshire, and from my point of view, one of the best in the country. Each student that you see before you has completed all the course requirements and met all the standards set by the Bedford School Board. They have indeed, you have indeed, exceeded your comfortable limits. And it is because of that that I have the honor and pleasure of presenting to the school board the class of 2017.
Thank you, Ms. McGee. I'd like to ask Assistant Chair, Mrs. Cindy Shagnon, Principals Jazokis and Noe to please join me for the conferring of the diplomas.
Ms. Anderson's advisory. Ms. Anderson's advisory. Maya Rashidi Ashu. Griffin Patrick Carnegie. McKenna Grace Dozwa. John Cleary Flanagan. Jacob Ryan Gregson. Elizabeth Broughton Heald. Matthew Liam Henderson. Nolan H. Lenane. Jeremy Ralph Natali. Alexander David Stodolski. Sheila Joy Sinan. Lauren Tipping. Chase Henry Valancourt.
Mr. Baird's advisory. Dan Butler. Emma Judith Kale. Jeremy Ryan Crawford. Caitlin Grace DeWaters. Benjamin Thomas Gilson. Matthew Murphy Green. Zachary Gabriel Ledoux. Grant James Mangan. Anthony James Rainey. Jamie Francis Salvatore. Addie Alicia Sands. Brian Joseph Tebow II. Megan Tipping. Mason R. Vandenberg. Julie Vahanek.
Ms. Brooks Advisory. Casey Lynn Carter. Sailor Leanne Clark. Austin Lee Danju. Nicole Christina Earnshaw. Anna Catherine Garrison. Quinlan Welch Graham. Isabel Jane Kapoyan. Penina L. Levine. Tasia D. Myville. John Wallace Morin. Jacob Ernest Rio. Derek Hayes Salvatore. Andrew J. Schroeder. Nadine Henderson Winship.
Mr. Cannon's advisory. Andrew Graham Allen. Carly Elizabeth Blaze. Jen Comstock. Brooke A. Cushman. Liam Joseph Green. Ellen Mary Harnsberger. Samantha Marie Joswick. Cassandra Eleanor Calba. Catherine Grace Martin. Maeve A. McDonnell. Deepak Patil. Phoebe Ann Romano. Haley Faye Shaw. Brooke Seco. Christopher Trilling.
Ms. Doyle's advisory. Lindsay Ellen Bodwin. Emily Teresa Burton. Olivia McGraw Caruso. Mary Catherine Davis. Christian Eric Dervick. Emily Jean Evans. Trenton P. Gallo. Zachary Burns Gilman. David Francis Guimont. Nicholas J. Leahy. Claire Christine Ling. Caroline Ann Mahoney. Molly Elizabeth Redmond. Charles Arthur Statiris. Mir Harris Sultan.
Mrs. Dudgeon's advisory. Tyler Adams. Garrick Michael Berger. Madeline Jo Blake. Marissa Lee Cronin. Nicholas Ryan Gelinas. Bailey Douglas Jameson. Joseph S. Lawler. Tyler Scott Mednikoff. Vade Munigor. Paige Whitney Noble. Mason Elizabeth Redmond. Martin Oliver Soul. Serena Marie Tanzer. Shay Elizabeth Wiley.
Ms. Hazelton's advisory. Connor Xavier Collins. Nicholas James Corkery. Jonathan Robert Donahue. Zachary Richard Edwards.
We made it!
David James Gaudette. Shauna Marie Goslin. Jonathan Michael Hill. Morgan Margaret Jonas. Elizabeth Ellen Mailhot. Elizabeth Mora Murray. Franklin O. Niamwange. Christian Albert Pilarski. Leah Demi Salas. Madison Marie Simpson. Leif Eric Soderberg. Jillian Faith Tokak.
Mrs. Hieronymus advisory. Dylan Comstock. Michaela Shane Canan. I practiced. Jessica Marie Davis. Nicholas Paul Descharme. Nadine Goma. Kyle Andrew Jalbert. Mackenzie Ward Kearns. Janoyce Kaylee Lannion. John Christopher McDonough. Christopher Paul Mullen. Jennifer Ann Richard. Rachel Morgan Williams.
Mr. Ingram's advisory. Mark Jacob Backus. Allison Marie Brigham. Grace Elizabeth Goyette. Nicholas Robert Lorenz. Daniel Joseph Mullen. Trent A. Remillard. Jacob Joseph Roberge. Luke Anthony Schroeder. Michaela Elizabeth Sears. Sean Francis Xavier Tierney. Riley Patrick Walsh. Claire Sabina Zarka. Connor David Zenzian.
Mrs. King's advisory. Matthew Donald Bowles. Kennedy Rose Boyle. Jeffrey Robert Curran. Sarah Rose Davis. Ethan Eric John. Maylene Chinju Lepress. Julia Teresa Anderson Martinez. Troy Bernard Maservi. Alexa Leanna Rainey. Christopher John Reisner. Colton Grant Scholl. Zachary Alexander Stevenson. Julian Sargent Wong.
Ms. Lucantoni's advisory. John Paul Berge. Cameron Joseph Curcio. John Christopher Falvey. Shannon Mary Lambert. Barry Thomas Lewandowski. Savannah May Nimmo. Abby Shayla Peters. Emily Catherine Thompson. Ashley Agnes Truver.
Mrs. Leiden's advisory. Jackie Lee Birkenstock. Cassandra Mary Blaisdell. Brett Ferguson Kane. Erin Elizabeth Eldridge. Zachary Robert Feldman. Zachary Luke Gold. Emma Lynn Horseman. Michael Francis LePerry. Mackenzie Rose O'Brien. Shafali Patel. Zachary Michael Rowan. Lube Jebla. I'm going to make sure he makes it down first. Kyle Wright Spalacy. Nicholas Evan Stefikos. Bridget Ann Widrig.
Audience members, please remember, if you're getting too hot, you can watch the ceremony in the theater out of the sun and it's air conditioned. Ms. McDermott's advisory. Anna Bogursky. Emma Elizabeth Brown. Morgan Catherine Kappa. Karthik Srinivas Chander. Alexis Davis. Sean P. Duffy. Sharouk Hussain. Grace Ann Johnston. Brennan D. Kelly. Richard Aquilino Mastro di Casa. Nicholas Michael Murray. Kelly Christine O'Regan. Patrick Michael Spain. Natalia Anna Torsha. Victoria Marie Trompak. Nicole June Turner.
Mrs. Morrissey's advisory. Mackenzie Catherine Carroll. Paul Brian Farrell. Jonathan Harold Gabert. Aster Claire Gagnon. Sarah Noe Gallen. Elise Michelle Gauthier. Kendall Elizabeth Karolian. Cheyenne Ray Key. Andrew Philip Kling. Claire Elizabeth Pellegrini. Kristen Elizabeth Paris. Emmanuel Joseph Ray. Maxime Chiclair. Kimberly Rose Simpson. Gregory Scott Taylor. Kagan J. Walker.
Ms. Mulcahy's advisory, represented by Ms. Woods. Andrew Donegan. Zachary Thomas Doobie. Kellen Paul Lobston Ferwerda. Cassandra Marie Flores. Jillian McDonald Geniak. Rachel Ann Commissar. Angelo J. Mazzella III. Samuel Stout Rogers. Richard Ian Walton.
Mrs. O'Connor's advisory. Abigail Marie Bruno. Allison Julie Clark. Cameron Alexis Cruz. Nicola James DiTomaso. Sophia Margaret Dabrowski. John Joseph Heaps. Nicholas Michael Capagelis. Michaela Elizabeth Kinney. Kyle Stephen Lagerquist. Amadou Nadai. Lauren Avery Phelps. Zachary Thomas Rittenauer. Mark Campbell Rutherford. Richard Malcolm Scott. Georgia Lee Zarella.
Ms. Arrego's advisory. Caroline M. Abbott. Isabella Ann Craig. Madison Gedeke. Cameron Michael Haley. Brandon Tilton Howe. Daniel Joseph Logue. Molly Margaret McCool. Mary Kathleen Munley. Elise Catherine Murphy. Sasha Rose Neef. Armando Joseph Roberto. Zachary Scott Wheeler. Samuel J. Winslow.
Mrs. Piacone's advisory. Cooper Jacob Annable. Marissa Faith Conway. Daniel Ross Cookson. Nicholas Arturo Courtney. John Zos Demos. Colin Thomas Figler. Irene Aspasia Gladys. Matthew Donald Harrington. Natalie Janine Lorendo. Emily Swift Lawrence. Nicholas Tyler Mirabuli. Jordan Ray Park. Matthew John Provo. David Brown Spencer. Paige Vivian Wallet.
Mr. Roy's advisory. Kira Ann Argyropoulos. Caitlin Ann Avalone. Charles Fenway Carter. Elisa Wensen Chen. Ryan Joseph Doobie. Madison Dawn Huffman. Caleb Jackson McDonald. Skylar Devin Pelletier. Victor W.J. Plant II. Thank you. Ryan Christopher Porter. Molly Emma Quinn. Madison Ann Sullivan. Megan Trilling. Rachel Elise Widrig.
The Mr. Selch, Miss Thomas advisory. Robert Daniel Brockway. Caroline Lorraine Brodier. Eric Sanger Brown. Michael John Giraldi. Bridget Hayden Healy. Trevor B. Johnson. Stephanie Katie McMillan. Anne Marie Manella. Joseph Brady Quintel. Neelam Kar Sandhu. Hayden Patrick Trompak. Taylor Lang Wilson.
Mr. Salji's advisory. Oscar Christian Alstrom. John Belhumer. Casey Ann Gamache. Patrick L. Gately. Gabriella Gumas. Alec Jack Halley. Samantha Taylor Lake. Rohit Lavu. Alexis Nicole Meservi. Zachary Isaac Rice. Jacob Merrill Sarno. Jamie Lynn Siegert. Cameron Rachel Sauls. Yifei Zheng.
Ms. Yulia's the future Mrs. Stackhouse advisory. Samantha Vieira Anderson. Ramya Pramila Bathula. Ryan John Belrose. Jacob Matthew DeAngelis. Aiden Tyler Forgy. Griffin Michael Gagney. Shannon Claire Gettings. Ethan Sean Gibson. Brianna Lynn Gilman. Quinn Lawton Hamlin. Carrie Jordan Ang Lee. Ida Olson Nygren. Miles Christian Strickler. Hannah Marie Thompson. Jordan Rose Wozlak. Connor J. Weinbeck.
Ms. Villamere's advisory. Nicholas Andrew Alati III. Drew A. Fessenden. Andrew Mark Fournier. Erica Lily Greiner. Noah Paul Lewandowski. Ryan Jesse O'Meara. Hannah Catherine Parnell. Emily Pattison. Ligia Petrut. Shanna Dawn Scribner. David Sommerfeld.
Mrs. Wilczewski's advisory. Carter F. Adams. You ready? Kaylee Marie Aguirre. Nicole Marie Sharon. Sarah Keith Elmendorf. Amber Maria Gilherm. Eric Robert Giuliano. Natalie Rose Kelly. Samuel Michael Laidman. Benjamin W. Picorni. Ariana May Rusin. Mitchell Henry Roy. Colby H. Smith. Isabel Catherine Wheeler.
Mr. Zeller's advisory. Elena Basha Bibbo. Nicholas Austin Canoni. Cameron Mark Detcher. Brendan Patrick Dillon. Rachel Lee Gilman. Alex C. Jesse. Alexander William Kurowski. Matthew A. Lefebvre. Emily Ruth Lucier. Cormac Sean McCarthy. Ashray Samuel. Philip Dean Sherwin. Kira Haley Smith. Rose Margaret Stannis. Colby Lynn Tracy.
That was beautiful. Family and friends, staff, platform guests, most importantly, seniors, there remains some final business, and I'd like to take care of that business. I'd like to invite class officers John Moran, Sam Laidman, Lily Shield, Molly Quinn, Jack Heaps to the podium, please. It's all up to you.
The Class of 2017 gift to the school is a water bottle filling station, which will attach to the water bubbler near the main office. These water bottle fillers provide convenient hydration with a rapid fill of filtered water to quench thirst. We also hope to minimize plastic bottle waste in the environment and encourage students to bring their own water bottles to school. Our hope is that future classes will also donate water bottle filling stations, so eventually the whole school will have an easy way to stay hydrated while still being environmentally friendly. Thank you.
All right, class of 2017, I'd like everyone to join me in moving your tassel from right to left to signify you moving on to your next chapter in life. All right. We graduated.
Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, not seniors anymore, graduates, congratulations to the class of 2017. Here we go, let's go home.